Due to my fondness for the genre, I can usually find something to like in every roguelike I play. However, in the case of Encounter the Lost Cards, I'm struggling to do so. This game is one about managing resources, as you make your way through a deck of tarot cards, each of which represents an event, be that an enemy, stranger, blessing, or a curse. Your run then becomes a chain of choices that are meant to shape how far you make it. Each run you will receive resources such as weapons, armour and food that then allow you to act. Resources have a limited amount of uses though, so runs become about managing these resources in order to make it through. One of my main issues with the game is one of understanding. There is a tutorial and it kind of explains the game, but I was still left with a fair few questions when I set out on my first run. I found the tooltips to be both lacking and hard to access. The UI is very busy, and in general it takes a while to understand what is going on. Everything is based on pictograms, which will be fine once you know what they all mean, but on first glance just leads to confusion. Once I began to grasp the mechanics, I was not really drawn in by the resource management system that sits at the heart of the game. The idea that attacks are so limited and also dependent on you getting lucky enough to find a weapon just felt bad. Added to that, I had multiple events where I was unable to interact as I didn't have the required stats or resources to do so, or just didn't understand what the pictograms denoted, or what some of the systems were as they hadn't been explained. So runs could devolve into just clicking next. There is one other thing to mention about this game. It feels like it's trying to be edgy. From the Steam description to things like calling the trinket slot the girly slot, I found the tone unappealing, on top of everything else. I will say that the pixel art is pretty good though. Encounter the Lost Cards feels like a game that is trying too hard, both in its tone and with its systems. Perhaps there is something to the mechanics, but is lost in the messy UI, over-reliance on RNG, and a poor tutorial.